Morning guys, so Nick here again, the Flexible Dieter, and welcome to episode 2 of the mini cut.
Like a bullet train.
So guys, in today's video, episode 2 of the mini cut, we're going to go over my current macros and my current calories, if I've done anything with them. I'm going to give you guys a posing update, a physique update. I'm going to go over training and what's been happening and just how I'm feeling. So obviously I want to track this progress and this process and let you guys in on just how I'm doing things as well. So Tuesday, September 6th now, it's about 7 AM. I woke up about an hour ago. I'm just about to head down to work, but wanted to film this and just document the day as well. So we are 2 weeks into the cut, so let's get going. Just got back from work. It is 11:05 now, and I wanted to give you all an update on the macros and how I've been approaching this mini cut. So basically, what I've been doing is having roughly same calories as what I started, around 22 to 2400 per day, which does seem quite low actually for me, to be honest. There hasn't been heaps of hunger. There was one day last Friday where I just felt the energy was a bit low, but to be honest, I felt really normal. At the moment, I'm having a refeed day as per needed, so I'm having one today, which is Tuesday, and basically today was a new low as well. So I weighed in at 78.1, so that's exactly 2 kilos down in 2 weeks, or just over 2 weeks. So I'm pretty happy with that. I'll take refeed days simply if I'm just not feeling my recoveries on point. Usually when I hit a few new lows, I'll take one, or just for social occasions. So remember, one of the goals for this cut was to make it as easy and as flexible as possible. So it's good that I can just take refeeds when I want, and it keeps me accountable as well. I'm not just going to keep having them. I don't want to get into a rut of where I'm not losing fat. I want to make sure that the weight is slowly dropping and coming off as the weeks go on. So basically, yeah, taking refeeds as needed. Calories 22 to 2400. And training hasn't changed at all. Same thing that put on the muscle's gonna help me maintain the muscle. I'm just gonna show you breakfast. It's a very strange breakfast, I know. We've got a bowl of this iceberg lettuce blend. We've got 1 can of chili tuna and then 200 grams of cottage cheese. As I mentioned in previous videos, I can honestly eat anything at any time of day. It doesn't faze me. But now that I've been up for about 5-6 hours, I'll have this. I've only had a coffee so far. So this is gonna be meal 1. And yeah, good start to the day, pretty low calorie, and it'll save me with some carbs and some calories for later in the day for the refeed. So guys, we just finished up that little bit of posing then. Honestly, don't know how it looked. I'm gonna put it side by side with the posing from 2 weeks ago and do a little bit of voiceover now for you, so we can look through it and compare some things together. So here we are. So day 15 is going to be the footage on the right, and day 1 is the footage on the left. So you'll see the lighting is very honest. This is the lighting I've always used. Videos don't lie. There's no editing here or anything. You'll notice the footage on the left, I'm a little bit more orange, so I might appear a little bit more tanned. But to be honest, nothing is striking me as a huge difference. I might appear to have a few new lines coming in on the right, but to be honest, I just think it's the lighting through the blind. I might be a little bit flatter on the right, which means I'm not kind of holding as much of that fullness to the muscle, and I might even not be holding as much water or glycogen. So I think there's progress, but it is still too soon to tell, even though the scales have come down 2 kilos. So I needed to see this. I love to keep you guys informed as well. So this has motivated me to keep pushing and lose those 3 to 5 kilos that I want in the next kind of 6 to 7 weeks. So let's do it. Just want to show you guys one of my favorite refeed options, and it is a simple one. Just some popcorn, some old-fashioned. It's light popcorn. I just put a little bit of salt on there. Tastes really good, a lot of volume. Gonna have a orange as well, and then just a little bit of toast with cheese on one and peanut butter on the other. So kind of some staple options there. Good amount of volume to get me full, and this will get me through till about 3 PM when I train before I go back to work. A quick change of plans today. I'm just driving up north now, from one job to the next. I'm going to do some photos for a real estate agent of a rental property up in Hornsby, which is about 45 minutes from Manly. I'm going to do this job, and then we're going to train. So had to kind of think quick. Bought a white Monster. These are actually hard to come by in Sydney. Most service stations or gas stations are slowly doing them. But I managed to get, they were doing 3, 4, 6, which is a really good deal. So I got 3 of them, so that'll get me through for the week. And picked up a Quest white chocolate raspberry. Not my ideal flavor, but I'm sitting it on the dashboard of my car, so hopefully it warms up and it's a little bit nicer. So I'll do that. Then we're going to train, and I'm going to run you guys through a push workout and a little bit of legs, but I'll probably just show you the push portion, because I did legs a few days ago for you guys. I take that back. That was very good. So back with the voiceover, guys. This day was a little bit all over the shop in terms of my work, but I did manage to get this session in the afternoon at one of my favorite gyms. So they do have this hammer strength incline press, which I love. You will see before that I was doing push-ups. I've actually started doing 30 push-ups in as many sets as I like. So typically it's like 2 or 3 sets, maybe 4 if I just want to take it slow. Before each session, before each upper body workout, I will do push-ups just to keep the shoulders healthy. They're nice because the shoulder girdle and the actual shoulder blades can pretty much, they're free, they're not fixed against the bench, so it's nice in the shoulder mobility, and another bonus is it's going to warm up the elbows and just get the general body heat up as well. So that's one of my favorite warm-ups. I then did my hammer strength incline. On this day I did 4 sets of 12, and I worked up to a heavy set, I think of 37.5 kilos in each hand, which is heavy for me. And then I did a set of single arm. You'll see I do a fair bit of single arm work, just because I find with my shoulder injury, my left arm is capable of getting about anywhere from 2 to 3 more reps than my right. So I'm trying to rectify that situation. So chucking in some single arm work is only going to help that, and only going to help me achieve my goals. I then went into some single arm overhead press, which you saw, working with about 55 pounds for 4 sets of 10. They actually felt quite heavy on this day. And then I did 4 sets of 20 cable flies. So I normally wouldn't do them on this day. However, I wanted to get away from doing so much pressing on one day, so I added in the cable flies just as a different variant before I did my side raises and then my triceps, which you're seeing here. So triceps, I did my normal rep push downs, and then I wanted to try this variant that Joe Bennett, I don't know if you guys know him, he's the hypertrophy coach on Instagram. Basically trains out of MI40 Gym, which is Ben Bukowski. So trains a lot of IFBB athletes, but he's got some really good scientific knowledge about range of motion and different training protocols that he likes to use. So I wanted to give them a go, basically setting up the cable for a tricep overhead extension just above the head, and really targeting that long head, which is something I want to work on. The long head's basically the biggest head of the triceps, and that will contribute to most of their upper arm size. So if you want big arms, hit that long head with some overheads, some dips, that sort of stuff. So then moving into side raises, which you saw then. Again, coming up to the top, stopping just shy of your hip when you come back down to keep that tension on the side delt and not use too much of the rotator cuff and swing it up. And then I actually supersetted them with some banded overhead press just for a little bit more shoulder volume. And finishing off with BFR bicep curls, which I did the bands way too tight. You can see my arms are purple. I did the bands way too tight, and that killed me. So, yeah. So back on the road now, basically trained, and then on the way home I stopped by my parents' place, we got a coffee, and then I pitted in home, got changed into my other outfit, had a quick shower. I've got a 4:45 haircut booked, got our engagement party this weekend and I need a cut, so got that booked. Actually, I'll give you guys a bit of a before and after. So before, and 3, 2, after. So pretty good cut. I actually got a razor kind of fade from the side, going into a 1, and then kind of a light blend into the top. Usually it's probably a little bit more drastic than this, but all in all, pretty happy with it. I go to a place in Manly, a local place called Sip Sop. So if you're ever pretty much in Sydney on the North Shore or the northern beaches, got to go to Sip Sops. 45 bucks. The full hot towel treatment, it is incredible. So as you guys saw, I got some more meals delivered. I chucked in my bag to have a chicken noodle cashew meal tonight. And right now, before I get into work, I'm gonna have one of my favorite things, which is a protein sludge. I've actually developed a way to make it even better. So what I do is basically, I get a banana and I mash it all up into the bottom of the bowl. I get 2 scoops of vanilla whey or whatever whey you guys like, chuck it in there, mix that up with about 50 mils of almond milk, so not much, you want it quite thick. Use a little bit of peanut butter or PB2 if you want to keep the calories down, so you get that kind of peanut butter, banana flavour. You don't really taste so much of the vanilla, and then a cereal of your choice on top. So I'm using some wholemeal honey nut kind of Cheerios, I believe they are, and they actually got a little bit of fibre in them as well, so it's good. So you're getting some fibre, you're getting your protein, you're getting some micros through the banana, some potassium. What doesn't this meal do? So I'm gonna have this, gonna have one of my pre-prepared meals later, and then that should do it for the vlog, because my camera's gonna run out of battery. But thanks for joining me on episode 2 of the mini cut, and I'll check in with you guys soon.